I moved forward with our divorce after my soon-to-be ex was badly injured in a motorcycle accident. My husband Jake and I had been separated for 3 months when I got the call from the hospital. We'd already filed the papers and were just waiting for the court date. The marriage was over. He'd been lying about money, staying out all night, and treating me like his personal maid for years. The nurse said Jake had crashed his bike on Highway 35 and was in intensive care with a broken leg, fractured ribs, and a concussion. She said I was listed as his emergency contact and could I come right away. Part of me wanted to hang up. This was the same guy who told me I was worthless and that no one would ever love me like he did. But I'm not heartless, so I drove to the hospital. When I walked into his room, Jake's mom, Carol, was already there crying. She immediately grabbed my arm and said, "Thank God you're here. He needs you now more than ever. This changes everything, right?" I looked at Jake lying there with his leg in a cast and machines beeping around him. He opened his eyes and saw me, then started tearing up. "Babe, I almost died. I kept thinking about how stupid our fight was. Can we please just forget about the divorce and work this out?" Carol nodded frantically and said, "See, this accident was a wake-up call. You two belong together. Marriage is for better or worse, in sickness and in health." I felt everyone in that room staring at me, waiting for me to run back into his arms because he got hurt. But here's the thing. Getting injured doesn't magically make someone a better husband. 2 days later, Jake was moved to a regular room and his true colors came right back out. He started ordering me around like a waitress. Get me ice chips, fluff my pillow, call work, and tell them I'll be out for months. When I said I couldn't stay all day because I had my own job, he got nasty. "Wow, so you're just gonna abandon me when I need you most? What kind of wife does that?" His whole family jumped on the guilt train. His dad called me selfish. His sister posted on Facebook about how some people only care about themselves. Carol kept showing up at my apartment with casseroles and lectures about commitment. The breaking point came when Jake called me at work demanding I bring him McDonald's because he didn't like the hospital food. When I said I was busy, he screamed, "I could have died and you care more about your stupid job than your husband." That's when I realized nothing had actually changed. He was still the same controlling, selfish person he'd always been. The accident just gave him a new way to manipulate me. I called my lawyer that afternoon and told her to speed up the divorce process. She said, "Are you sure? This might look bad given his condition." I said I was absolutely sure. When I told Jake I wasn't dropping the divorce, he lost his mind. He started screaming that I was heartless and that he'd make sure everyone knew what kind of person I really was. His family went nuclear. Carol called me evil. His sister sent me nasty texts saying I was abandoning a disabled man. Even some of our mutual friends started giving me dirty looks. But you know what? My real friends supported me. My sister said just because someone gets hurt doesn't mean you have to stay married to them. My best friend Lisa pointed out that Jake was using the accident to guilt me into staying. The divorce was finalized 2 months later while Jake was still in physical therapy. He tried one last manipulation tactic by having Carol call and say he was depressed and might hurt himself if I didn't come back. I told her to call his doctor if she was worried, not his ex-wife. 6 months later, I heard through friends that Jake had fully recovered and was already dating someone new. Guess he got over his broken heart pretty quick once he realized I wasn't coming back. Best decision I ever made was not letting an accident trap me in a bad marriage.